Remember when the future was supposed to be amazing? Flying cars by 2000, hoverboards by 2015. We were promised a world straight out of Back to the Future and the Jetsons, but here we are in 2026. Still stuck in traffic, still tying our own shoes, and still waiting for our pizza to cook the old-fashioned way. So what happened? Why did the 1980s get the future so spectacularly wrong? Buckle up, time travelers. We're about to dive into the coolest tech that never quite made it. Hey there, fellow nostalgia enthusiasts. Welcome back to Retrospect Traveler, where we explore the fascinating intersection of yesterday's dreams and today's reality. I'm thrilled you're here because today's journey is going to blow your mind. We're investigating 5 incredible technologies that the 1980s absolutely guaranteed would transform our lives, but somehow got lost in translation. And honestly, some of these are so close, yet so far. Let's jump in. First up, the crown jewel of retrofuturism, flying cars. Can you imagine? The 1980s promised us we'd be zipping through the clouds by now, leaving rush hour traffic as a distant memory. Movies like Blade Runner and Back to the Future. Part 2 painted this incredible picture of vertical highways and aerial parking lots. It looked effortless, didn't it? But here's the reality check. We're still bumper to bumper on the ground. Now don't get me wrong, flying car prototypes do exist. Companies like PAL-V and Terrafugia have created working models, and drone technology has exploded in the last decade. So why aren't we all flying to work now? 3 words: regulations, safety, and cost. Think about it. We can barely handle driving in 2 dimensions. Adding a 3rd dimension means air traffic control nightmares, pilot licensing requirements, and insurance costs that would make your head spin. Plus, one malfunction in a flying car doesn't just mean a fender bender, it means falling out of the sky. The dream is alive, but it's trapped in a web of very real, very practical concerns. Maybe the 1980s just underestimated how much we humans love our feet firmly on the ground. Next, let's talk about something that absolutely captured our collective imagination. Hoverboards.
Cool!
When Marty McFly glided across Hill Valley on that pink hoverboard in 1989, millions of kids, and let's be honest, adults too, thought, that's it, that's what I want. The idea was pure magic. A skateboard that levitates, no wheels required, just you defying gravity with style. Fast forward to the 2000s, and we did get hoverboards. Except they had wheels and occasionally caught fire. Not quite the same, right? So where are the real ones? Well, companies like Lexus and Hendo have created magnetic levitation prototypes that actually hover. Sounds perfect, right? Wrong. These prototypes only work on specially designed metallic surfaces, require enormous amounts of energy, and cost a fortune. You can't just ride one to the corner store unless your entire neighborhood installs magnetic tracks. The infrastructure alone would cost billions. The 1980s vision forgot one tiny detail. Physics is expensive. Alright, technology dreamers, let's discuss something a bit more down to earth: self-lacing shoes. This one seemed so achievable, didn't it? Shoes that automatically tighten when you put them on, pure convenience. And guess what? Nike actually did it. In 2016, they released the HyperAdapt 1.0, inspired directly by Back to the Future. They even gave a pair to Michael J. Fox himself. So, success story, right? Not exactly. These shoes were limited edition, cost over $700, and never became mainstream. Why? Because most people thought, that's cool, but I can tie my own shoes just fine, thanks. The technology worked, but the demand wasn't there. Plus, they needed to be charged. Imagine your shoes dying midday. The 1980s taught us an important lesson. Just because we can automate something doesn't mean we should. Sometimes the old ways work perfectly fine. Now who's hungry? Let's talk food hydrators. Picture this. You're starving, you grab a pizza the size of a coaster, pop it in a machine, and bam, 30 seconds later, you've got a piping hot, full-sized pizza. Back to the Future Part 2 made this look like the obvious future of cooking. Dehydrated food was going to revolutionize meal prep, save storage space, and eliminate cooking time. But here we are, still waiting 20 minutes for delivery pizza. What happened? The reality is that molecular rehydration on that scale is incredibly complex. We focused our innovation elsewhere. Microwaves, air fryers, instant pots, all designed to heat food quickly, not magically expand it. Dehydrated camping meals exist, sure, but they're hardly gourmet. The 1980s envisioned molecular magic, but we settled for practical convenience instead. And honestly, modern air fryers are pretty amazing, even if they don't perform miracles. Last but not least, auto-drying, self-adjusting clothes. Marty McFly's jacket in 1989 didn't just look cool, it automatically dried itself and adjusted to fit perfectly. Imagine never worrying about getting caught in the rain. Your clothes would just handle it. The 1980s promised us intelligent fabrics that responded to moisture with built-in technology. Today, we do have quick-dry athletic wear and water-resistant fabrics, which is fantastic. But clothes that instantly blast themselves dry with hidden tech? Still science fiction. The challenges are massive. You'd need power sources embedded in fabric, durability through hundreds of wash cycles, comfort despite electronics, and safety standards to prevent overheating. We'd basically be wearing battery-powered hair dryers. The engineering nightmare outweighed the convenience. Plus, let's be real, we invented the humble clothes dryer decades ago, and it works just fine. So what's the takeaway from all this retro-futuristic dreaming? The 1980s weren't wrong to dream big. They were just wildly optimistic about timelines and underestimated real-world complexity. But here's the beautiful part. We're still working on these technologies. Innovation never stops. And what seems impossible today might be commonplace tomorrow. The future may not look exactly like the 1980s imagined, but it's still pretty incredible. Sometimes the journey toward the dream creates even better, unexpected innovations along the way. What do you think? Which of these failed technologies would you want to see succeed? Are flying cars worth the risk? Should we keep pushing for hoverboards? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this nostalgic trip down memory lane, smash that like button, subscribe to Retrospect Traveler for more retro deep dives, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure through time. Until next time, keep dreaming big, time travelers. The future is still being written.